Hello everyone, hello the gang of TKG Army. Welcome to your favorite channel TKG Physics classes. So students, I am come back here another topic for your current electricity chapter, and in this lecture we will discuss the heating effect of current, the basic part. After that we will discuss the electrical energy, electrical power, power rating, and finally we will derive the formula, that is power consumption of electrical applicants in series and parallel combination. Then we will solve some important numericals related to this part. So open your copy and write down the notes. First of all, we have to know about this one, that is the heating effect of current. So students, what is heating effect of current? All of you know, when an electric current is flowing through an electric circuit, when current flowing through an electric circuit, the conductor becoming hot after some times, and this is known as the heating effect of current. So the definition of heating effect of current is that this one, the phenomena of production of heat in a resistor by the flow of electric current through it is known as the heating effect of current, or it is called Joule's heating. Now what is the actual meaning of it? Okay, you see this diagram. Here we consider a conductor AB, and this conductor is connected with a source of EMF which maintain a potential difference V between two ends, between A and B. What is the main function of EMF in a circuit? EMF supply energy to what? EMF supply energy to an electric charge. You know, the current always flowing from positive terminal to negative terminal in a circuit, and current flowing, that means there is a flow of electrons. So when electrons flowing in this way, the electrons gain some energy from the cell, and when it is flowing through this resistor, it lost some amount of energy here. Then again when it is flowing in this way, here it gains some amount of energy, again it is flowing in this way. So the main purpose of EMF of a cell is supply energy, that is work is done by the cell. Now what is the formula of work done by the cell? You know the formula, work done by the cell, that is W equal to, what is the formula? Q into V. You know the basic formula, potential difference or potential, that is V is equal to W by Q. So from here you can say W is equal to this one, Q into V. So this is the formula. This is the formula of work done which is supplied to the charge by the cell. Okay. Now when this constant current I, the steady current I flowing through this circuit from positive terminal to negative terminal, what is the relation between these 2 point potential difference? Obviously we can say when steady current I flowing, obviously we can write VA is greater than VB, that is potential at point A is more than the potential at point B. Question is why? All of you know the charge is flowing always higher potential to lower potential. That means here charge is flowing from point A to B, so obviously we can say the potential at point A is higher with respect to potential at point B. Again, another way you can say this cell has EMF potential difference V between these 2 points. That means here positive terminal potential V. So here potential V, that means at that point potential V. Then after that point potential decreases V by 2, V by 4, like that way. Then the potential at here becomes 0. So to maintain, why 0? To maintain the potential difference V, because this potential difference between 2 points is always V. Okay, so obviously we can say VA minus VB greater than 0. So you can write from here VA minus VB, that is greater than 0. So VA greater than VB. Now what is the potential energy between these 2 points A and B? Write down potential energy, change in potential energy, write down change in potential energy, change in potential energy, that is U is equal to sorry, the potential at final point minus potential at initial point. Here potential at final point, that means UV, minus potential at initial point, that is UA. So UV, that means Q into VB, minus UA, that is Q into VA. What is U? U is the potential energy. The basic formula of potential energy, that is charge into potential. So potential at point B, Q into VB, and potential at point A, Q into VA. So take a common Q, VB minus VA. Now what is VB minus VA? This one, VA minus VB, which is represented V, the potential between these 2 points. This one, V. So here VB minus VA, that means this becomes, when VB minus VA, this one becomes minus V. So this result becomes minus QV. This is the expression of U, that is the potential change in, sorry, you write it del U, change in potential energy between these 2 points A and B. Now question is, what is the meaning of this negative sign? Here negative sign indicates there is a loss of potential energy. There is a loss of potential energy. That's why here sign is represented negative. Now you know the conservation law of energy. Conservation law of energy says that change in potential energy plus change in kinetic energy is always remains constant. That is sum of del K plus del U is equal to 0. So from here you can say del K, that is equal to minus of del U. So del K, that is equal to minus Q into V, which is represented del U. So this one becomes minus of minus. So this result becomes Q into V. And this is the expression of del K. What is del K? Del K is the increase in kinetic energy. Why? You know, the sum of change in potential energy is 0. That means when there is a loss of potential energy, obviously there is a gain in kinetic energy. So here potential energy decreases. So obviously from this equation you can say kinetic energy del K, which value gives plus QV, which is increases. This form of kinetic energy is transferred in the form of heat energy, in the form of light energy, and this is the meaning of heating effect of current in a resistor. So what actually happened here? When a steady current I flowing through this circuit, between these 2 terminals, the potential, the change in potential, that is more than 0, and this means the potential at point A is more than potential at point B. After that we find out the change in potential energy, which is decreases. Here this one minus Q into V, and according to conservation law of mechanical energy, we can say when potential energy decreases, there must be increase in kinetic energy, and this amount of increase in kinetic energy is transferred in the form of heat energy, is transferred in the form of light energy. So this is our heating energy basic concept, students. Now we will prove this equation. Already you know the expression del K, that is equal to Q into V, and this is known as heating energy. So here you can write the value of heat, that is H equal to heat. H is equal to Q into V. Now you just represent what is Q. When Q amount of charge is flowing through this circuit in time t, you can write I equal to Q by T, the expression of current. So from here you can say Q equal to IT. So write it down. So therefore you can say H is equal to VIT. In the place of Q you write IT. So this is our one expression, VIT. This is the expression of heat, Joule's law of heating. You just use the Ohm's law here. You know the Ohm's law, V equal to Ri. So when we use RIT, so this one becomes I square RT. Another expression of Joule's law of heating. Now you just consider another form. Here you consider from this equation H equal to V. In the place of I you can write V equal to Ri. So I equal to V by R. So V by R into T. So this one becomes V square T by R. This is another expression. So this expression, and this expression gives the Joule's law of heating, or you know this is named as heating effect of current. Okay, and this unit obviously becomes Joule. Now sometimes you have to express this expression in calorie. When you express this expression joule to calorie, you must divide this expression, divide by 4.2, divide by 4.2, divide by 4.2. Joule to calorie, that means you have to divide by 4.2. okay. Now we will study electrical energy and electrical power. So before going to that part, you can take a screenshot, then we will study this portion. So students, now we will focus on electric power and electric energy. At first we will learn electric power. What is the meaning of electric power? All of you know the power, that means the rate of change of doing work. Here electric power is the meaning, that is the rate of work done by a source of EMF, the amount of work done divided by time. So it is represented by this formula, power P is equal to W divided by T. Suppose two friends X and Y doing same amount of work, X and Y doing same amount of work, but X completed this amount of work in 1 hour and Y completed this amount of work in 2 hours. Which one has more power? Obviously X has more power, because this work done is completed in less time. You know, power is inversely proportional to time. Less time, that means more power. So the meaning of power, that is the amount of work done divided by time. Okay, now you know the value of work done, W. I just completed W, that is equal to change in kinetic energy, and this expression you know, Q into V. So write it down, W that is equal to Q into V divided by T. Now Q divided by T, charge divided by time, rate of flow of charge is known as current. So obviously you can write, that is power P is equal to Q by T is I and there is V. So P is equal to VI. Now according to Ohm's law, again you can write this one V equal to Ri. So here this one becomes I square R. Now you use this equation V, and in the place of I you write this one, I is equal to V by R. So this one will be V by R. So this formula becomes V square by R. So the formula of power, that is P equal to W by T, that is again P equal to VI, again I square R, again V square R. So all the expression gives the expression of power, all the mathematical terms. Okay. Now what is the unit of power? You know the basic formula, W by T. So the unit of power will be W, that is joule, and by T, that is second. So joule by second, which is named as watt. So the unit of power is expressed by the unit that is named as watt. Now question is, what is the definition of 1 watt power? What is the meaning of 1 watt power? This one, power is said to be 1 watt if 1 ampere of current flows through the applicants, if the potential difference is 1 volt across it. You just know this one, P equal to V into I. So write it down, P equal to V into I, this volt that is 1 and this amount of current that is also 1. So this one volt and this one gives volt, and this one gives ampere, volt ampere, which is also named as watt. So power 1 watt is said to be done when 1 ampere of current flowing through this electric applicants, if the potential difference is 1 volt across it. Again, in another way you can say, in 1 second how much amount of work done is done. In 1 second the work done is done, that is 1 joule. In 1 second, when 1 joule amount of work is done, then we can say the power of that electric applicant, that is 1 watt. You just see, joule, when we use 1 joule by 1 second, that is named as 1 watt. So in 1 second, when 1 joule amount of work is done, this one is named as 1 watt power. Okay, so this is all about power. There is another bigger unit of power. You can use kilowatt, megawatt. In commercial purpose we can use horsepower. 1 horsepower is equal to 746 watt. Okay, now we will discuss another term which is named as electric energy. What is the meaning of energy? All of you know heat is also named as energy. Heat is a form of energy. We already completed the heating effect of current, and the expression of heat, that is I, H is equal to Q into V. So this expression is also named as energy. This expression is also named as energy, and this energy is supplied by the cell of EMF in a circuit to maintain the potential difference V. Okay, so the definition of energy, that is the total work done by the source of EMF. The total work done by the source of EMF for what purpose? In maintaining the electric current for a given time. For a given time, in maintaining an electric current, the total amount of work done by the source of EMF is named as electric energy. So here H is also named as electric energy. So it is represented by W equal to Q into V. Now same method, you just use the expression Q. Q is equal to I equal to Q by T. So from here you can say Q equal to I into T. So this one becomes VIT. Again you can write V equal to RI. So this one becomes I square RT. And here again you can use I equal to V by R. So this one becomes V square T by R. So these all mathematical forms gives the equation of electric energy. Now what is the SI unit? Work done. So unit is joule. But in commercial purpose we use two commonly unit which is named as 1 watt hour, and another one that is kilowatt hour. First one watt hour, another one kilowatt hour. In commercial purpose we use these types of units. Okay, now you have to convert watt hour to joule. So you know the SI unit of joule, that is SI unit of electrical energy, that is joule. So what is 1 watt hour is equal to how much joule? You just use 1 watt hour, that is equal to 1 watt, that means 1 joule by 1 second, and 1 hour, that means 3600 second. Second cancel out, that is 3600, and there is a unit joule. So 1 watt hour, that is equal to 3600 joule. Now you convert 1 kilowatt hour into joule. Same method. You just use this one, 1 kilowatt hour, that is equal to 1 kilowatt into 1 hour, and you know 1 kilowatt, that means 10 to the power 3 watt into 1 hour. Now 10 to the power 3 watt, that means joule per second, and 1 hour, that is 3600 second. Second cancel out, so this one becomes 3600, and there is 000 at the joule, that is 3.6 into 10 to the power 5 joule. So 1 watt hour is equal to 3.6 into 10 to the power 5 joule. So this is our unit which is used in commercial purpose. With the help of this unit we can pay our electric bill. Okay, so this is all about electric power and electrical energy. So students, after knowing electric energy, electric power and heating effect of current, and then we will discuss about this part, that is where we will find out the power consumed when the electric applicants are connected in series, as well as we will find out the power consumed when the electric applicants are connected in parallel. So before knowing this part, at first you have to know the meaning of power rating. The meaning of power rating of an electric applicants, that is the marked value. It says the ability of that electric applicants. You know, when you are buying an electric applicants, suppose you are buying a bulb by market, you just observe there is a marked value. Suppose there is a value 20 watt to 20 volt. There is power value given as well as voltage value given. What is the meaning of it? It says that when we supply 220 volt supply with that applicants, then that applicants has maximum power rating, maximum power, that is 20 watt. When we supply more than 220 volt to this applicants, electric applicants, then the applicants will fused or burst. So when we supply 220 volt, when we supply 220 volt voltage to these applicants, the maximum power is says that the power rating. Now here you just consider this figure. At first we find out the effective power for series combination. Here three bulbs P1 of power P1, P2 and P3 are connected in series, and all the bulbs, the rating value that is given V. Why this value is same? Because in our household circuit, in our household electric supplies, the supplied voltage that is fixed for Indian household houses, the supplied voltage that is 220 volt. So most of the applicants are operated with the same voltage, that is 220 volt. Here supplied voltage V same, and all the applicants marked voltage that is also V, and which is in our household purpose, that is 220 volt. So here at first you write down the the resistance for first valve. So this one will be R1 is equal to, you know the formula, that is power P is equal to V square by R. So from here you just use R is equal to V square by P. So R1 will be V square by P1. In same way R2 will be V square by P2 and R3 will be V square by P3. Now here R1, R2, this one R1, R2 and R3 are connected in series. So what is the equivalent resistance? The equivalent resistance value, that is R equivalent, you know the formula for series combination, R1 plus R2 plus R3. Now you used the formula. In the place of R equivalent, you can write with the help of this equation, R equal to V square by P. So here use V square and P must be P effective, that is P equivalent. Here R is resistance means resistance equivalent. So here in the place of R1 you just write V square by P1, in the place of R2 V square by P2 plus here V square by P3. Now V cancel out, so the final answer, that is P effective is equal to P1 plus P2 plus of P3. So this is our final formula. So when the electric applicants are connected in series, the 1 by P effective is equal to the summation of reciprocal of power of individual applicants. Okay, in this way, if we consider n number of bulbs, n number of electric applicants are connected in series having each power P, then what is the equivalent effective power? So 1 by P effective, that is 1 by P plus 1 by P, like this way n terms. So this one will be n by P. So P effective will be P by N. Now what is the current for this case? Current will be voltage divided by total resistance. Here for this circuit, current I, that is value same, and this value gives this according to this formula, V divided by total resistance, that is R1 plus R2 plus R3. Now the brightness of these three bulbs, brightness formula of these three bulbs. For first bulb, suppose this one is written as P1 dash. Here you use the expression of power which has same value. Here for series combination current same, so I am writing this one I square R1, P2 dash, that is I square R2, same way P3 dash, that is I square R3. What is the meaning of it? In general, you just see resistance and power is inversely proportional. That means the bulb which has lowest power, has maximum resistance, and the bulb which has maximum resistance, according to this formula, the bulb which has maximum resistance, which has maximum value of P1 dash, which indicates the brightness of the bulb. So here for series combination, the bulb which has maximum resistance will have maximum intensity, have maximum brightness. Okay, now in same way we will derive the effective power when the electric applicants are connected in parallel. Okay, so you just see this figure, draw it. So here you just see 3 bulbs of power P1, P2, P3 are connected in parallel combination, this one, and the supplied voltage that is same V, and the operated voltage for each bulb that is also same V. So here at first write down the resistance for first one. R1 will be same method, V square by P1, R2 will be V square by P2, and R3 will be V square by P3. Now R1, R2 and R3, here R1, R2 and R3 are connected in parallel, so here effective resistance, or you can say equivalent resistance, the equivalent resistance 1 by R equivalent will be 1 by R1 plus of 1 by R2 plus of 1 by R3. Now multiply both sides by V square. That is V square by R equivalent equal to V square by R1 plus V square by R2, and here you can say V square by R3. Now you just see, we know P is equal to V square by R, so V square by R equivalent, obviously P equivalent, or you can say P effective. So here P effective is equal to this one, P1 plus P2 plus P3. Okay, so this is our effective power when the electric applicants are connected in parallel combination, and this is our expression, that is the effective power is equal to the summation of power of individual electric applicants. In same way you can find out the effective resistance when the n applicants are connected in parallel combination having each power P plus P plus P up to n terms. So for n applicants this one will be P effective is equal to n into P. Okay, now for finding brightness, this expression will be P1 dash is equal to, here you write the expression which related to voltage and current, voltage and resistance. Why? Here parallel combination voltage same, so this one will be V square by R1, P2 dash that is V square by R2, and P3 dash that is V square by R3. You just check here, the less resistance will have more brightness, more resistance will have less brightness. Okay, so this is our series and parallel combination, and in this combination, with the help of this equation we will solve important numericals, 2 or 3 numerical students. Okay, see problem 1. 2 heaters are marked 200 volt 300 watt and 200 volt 600 watt. Write it down first. First one, first heater marked that is 200 volt 300 watt, that is the power, and second one that is 200 volt, voltage same but power twice, that is 600. If they are connected they are combined in series, and the combination then connected with 200 volt DC supply, which heater will produce more heat? Okay, so at first you find out the resistance for first one. Write it down, R1. So you know the formula, that is V square by P1. So here V square, that is 200 into 200 divided by P1 that means 300. So this one becomes 400 divided by 3 ohm. And find out R2 that is V square by P2. So V square, that is 200 multiple of 200 upon P2, that is 600. 0 cancel out, so this one becomes 400 divided 3, this one becomes 200 divided by 3 ohm. So at first you find out the individual resistance. Now you just see there is a combination in series, so find out equivalent resistance. So equivalent resistance will be R1 plus R2, that means 400 divided by 3 plus of 200 divided by 3. So this one becomes 600 divided by 3, that is 200 ohm. Now they are connected with the supply, that is 200 volt DC supply. You have to find out which heater will produce more heat. So again you find out P1 dash, that is formula is I square R1. So here you have to find out I at first. So what is the value of I? That is V, which is connected by 200 volt divided by total resistance, that is 200. So 200 by 200, that is I is 1 ampere. So write down I, that is 1, and resistance R1, this one R1, that is 400 divided by 3. So this one becomes 400 divided by 3. And for second one, P2 dash, that is I square R2. So from here you can say I, that is 1, and R2, this one, 200 divided by 3, that is 200 divided by 3. So comparing these two equations, you can say P1 dash, that is exactly equal to P2 dash. There is 400 divided by 3, there is 200 divided by 3. So which heater will produce more heat? Obviously first one will produce more heat. That is, the heater which has 300 watt will produce more heat with respect to 600. Okay. Now you see problem 2. In problem 2, given that is a heater coil is rated same, rating value given. At first you write down the rating value. Rated, problem 2, rated value 100 watt, 200 volt. Then it cut into two identical part. Okay, so at first you write down the resistance. You find out resistance. You know the formula, V square, that is V square, that is 200 multiple of 200 divided by P, that is 100. So this one is 400. So the resistance of this heater coil, that is 400. Now question given, it is cut into two identical part. That means each part having resistance equal half. That is, okay, write it R. So R1 will be 200 and similarly R2 will be 200. Okay. Now both are connected together in parallel. Here R1 and R2 are connected together in parallel. So then you find out the equivalent resistance. What is the formula? R equivalent, that is equal to R1 R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So R1 200, R2 200 divided by R1 plus R2, that is 400. This one cancel out, this one 200, that is 100 ohm. Okay, now you have to find out, okay, they are connected with the same source, that is 200 volt. That is here voltage same 200 volt and resistance with equivalent resistance 100. Here you have to find out the energy liberated per second in the new combination. So in new combination, the equivalent resistance, that is 100, the voltage, that is 200. So energy, that is formula will be V square, energy liberated per second, energy by second, that is power. So V square by R, that means R equivalent. What is V square value? That is 200 into 200 and R, that is 100. So 0 0 cancel out, 2, that is 400 P watt. Okay, so the energy, or you can say joule per second energy liberated by the new combination, that is 400. Okay, so this type of problem is important. You just go to your practice book, go and practice it. And today I am ending here. Meet you soon in next class. Till then, bye bye.